Good evening. Good evening, all of you.
Very good evening, sir.
Are you all happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. See, when Chandrayaan 3 landed on moon, soft landed on the moon on 23rd August 2023, I came to the podium and told our Honorable Prime Minister, Sir, we have landed on the moon. India is on the moon. तो आज आप सब आपको देखे मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि I am on the moon today. I feel I am on the moon. See, India's journey into space started many years back. You know who started the program? Vikram Sarabhai started. In 1960s, he started the program. We will discuss about all of that. We will have a lot of questions. I know. After going to the moon, what next? What exactly you are going to do? Future. Sending human to space, sending Guwahati to space, going to Venus and Mars, sometimes going to colonize moon and Mars, sometimes like Elon Musk is doing. What exactly India is going to do? Is it a question from you? Yes. I think there is an answer. Answer is very clearly there. Our Honorable Prime Minister has announced in the Amrit Kal. You know what is Amrit Kal? From now to 2047, when we celebrate our 100th year of independence. At that period, we will have a definite step of action and plan to make India a country which will be technologically a superpower. In that, space technology also will be very important for us to work on. And we have made a plan that by 2040, much before we get the 100th year of celebration of independence, we celebrate, we should land an Indian on the moon. And that will be you, one of you will go. And one of the students here will become an astronaut and he will be going to moon. Who is that person who is going to go to the moon? Anyone who is interested? No, only young people, not very old people are not allowed. Only people who are below 15 years. Ready? Okay, I want scientists who are willing to become astronaut and go to moon very first time. And if that has to happen, we have to work next 20 years. Very hard work is needed. We have just landed on the moon with a 4-ton spacecraft. But if you have to really go to moon, we have to have a 40-ton spacecraft, 10 times bigger is needed. We have needed rockets which are much more powerful. We need to have human spaceflight program, going to space and go to work there again and again. हमको कुछ बढ़िया रॉकेट चाहिए. हमारा पेलोड कैपेबिलिटी जो है अब सिर्फ 4 टन है, उसको बढ़ा के हमको 100 टन के अधिक बनाना है. और हमारा चंद्रयान प्रोग्राम है, चंद्रयान 3 का अब पूरा किया और 5वां चंद्रयान प्रोग्राम हमको लॉन्च करना है. और वीनस मिशन है, मार्स का लॉन्चिंग प्रोग्राम है. हमारा जो गगनयान प्रोग्राम है ना, उसको बढ़ा के हमको एक भारतीय अंतरिक्ष स्टेशन बनाना है. Have you heard of भारतीय अंतरिक्ष स्टेशन (BIS)? Any questions on that? Yeah, we will discuss that. So हमारा भारतीय अंतरिक्ष स्टेशन के बारे में हम बताएंगे आज. So get ready with all the questions. But equally interesting for me to work in space is we have only one capability that space technology gives you so much of capability today. To give communication capability, we have remote sensing capability, or Earth observation capability, we have navigation capability, your GPS right, timing services, position services, we have climate and weather services. Today cyclone is there near Chennai. You know, our Indian satellites have monitored all of that and given information, and we are fully aware of where the cyclone is moving, what type of damage it will occur, where the wind will be higher, where the rain will be higher. So governments are able to take action for it. So that's the support that we are able to get from satellites. And we are going to launch more satellites to support our communication, television broadcasting, internet services, disaster warning support, agriculture support, education support and healthcare support. For all of that we are going to launch a lot of satellites. And the satellites and can be launched only with our rockets. And these rockets are also going to become better in the coming days. We are going to make better rockets, cost-effective rockets. A new rocket called NGLV has already been announced. And we will make this program work with your support. And a lot of startups have come in this space sector today. And you heard about some of the companies that recently launched rockets in India. Skyroot Aerospace. Anyone heard about them? Built Aerospace. These companies have built their own rocket in India. You young people like you came together in colleges and started building rockets. The real rockets, not the Diwali rockets, but the real rockets that will go to space and put satellite. They have built it. And they are going to achieve commercial success maybe in the next few years from now. Today in India, not only ISRO is building satellites, there are private companies building satellites. 5 of them are there today building satellites in India and launching. And many students are building satellites. And all these great things are happening because the government has announced a space sector reform. Now everyone can work in space. All of you can work in space. You can do research, you can develop systems. Space flight mission's first step of launching the beginning of next year. January, we are preparing it for that. And December, we are going to have another interesting launch called SpaceX. The first time docking experiment in space. 2 satellites will come and dock together. Like when we go to space, we need docking. When a human has to travel, we have to have docking systems. So all these missions are going to happen now. So I won't give a big speech today. I am ready to ask your questions and answers. Are you ready with the questions? Okay. I will come over there and then take the questions.
चलो just 1 minute.
You asked the question, right?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself SOMNATH CHAIRMAN from Guwahati district. Sir, actually I want to become a scientist of ISRO like you. So, sir, what can I do to become a scientist like you? Sri Sharma.
Jadasri Sharma is asking a question, how to become a scientist and then work for ISRO. Everyone want to do that? How many of you want to become a scientist? So all of you want to become a scientist, really? Okay, so the first thing you should do is to decide what is your real likeness, no? A scientist can work in space, you can become an electronic specialist, you can become a mechanical specialist, you can become a biologist, you can become an environmentalist, you can become a computer software scientist, you can become anything that you want, but then do one thing very well. Will you be very deep in your studies? At this, you are all in school now mostly. Okay, are you really a good student? Interested in that subject? First thing that you need to do is to have a lot of likeness for the subject, love the subject and study it very well. So that's the first step to become a scientist. All scientists have a passion for the science, the subject which they are studying. They love it so much. They imagine things in the subject every day, day in and day out. They are sleeping also, they are thinking about it. So the first thing that you need to have is to have love for the subject. Okay? Second is that you should do most of your work to understand depth of it as much as you can. Your teachers will teach you something in the school, but then you need to go beyond it. And there is a lot of information available for you to gather. It is available in web, internet, you can ask questions to senior people to give you information. Okay? So all this you should do. Then do well in your examination. Second part is you should decide what you will do next. After school you need to take higher studies. You should do degree, graduation. Either you can become an engineer, you can become a graduate in physics, biology,
দর্শক একদম সামনে থেকেই দেখাচ্ছি ইসরোর চেয়ারম্যান আছেন স্টুডেন্টদের সাথে अभी इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं विद स्टूडेंट्स तो सामने स्टूडेंट्स देखते पाচ্ছেন
if you have to grow beyond graduation, do some research. There are some research laboratories in this country. CSIR lab. Today you can go around and find out what are the research labs available in this country. And all those research labs should help you to identify where you can do research. I think all of you should go out. Okay.
তো যে কথা বলছিলাম যে ইসরোর প্রধান স্টুডেন্টদের সঙ্গে ইন্টারাক্ট করছেন গুয়াহাটিতে। সো ইন্টারাক্ট করছেন স্টুডেন্টদের সাথে ইসরোর প্রধান। একটা ছোট বাচ্চা কোশ্চেন করেছে, দেখতে পাচ্ছেন।
Atharu, okay, Atharu is asking a question. International Space Station is going to close down. What India is going to do that? Right? You know, are you aware that Indian astronauts are going to the ISS, International Space Station? And 2 of our astronauts are getting trained in International Space Station now. And possibly coming June, they will be going to ISS. And we will be doing some joint research with the NASA team, ISRO team. And we are also going to build our own International Space Station. I told you, Bharati Antariksha Station we are going to build. And our astronauts will be going there. And 2028 we are going to build our station. 2028. And we will have the first module built in 2028. And after that there are 5 more modules to be built and we will be launching them. By 2035 it will be ready. So what will be your age in 2035? What is your age in 2035? Huh? Now by 2035 what will be your age?
35.
2035. Now it is 2024. So 2035 what will be your age? Add 11. So that will be 24.
24.
The right time for an astronaut. So 24 is the correct age for an astronaut. So are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
So 2035 we will be ready to take astronauts to our own space station. So you should be there. All those who are 13 years and 14 years old are the right people to go to International Space Station, what India is going to make. Okay? Right, great. So who is asking the next question?
Hello, sir.
Don't say.
Sir.
Anybody raise your hand?
Sir. Sir.
Okay.
সো
Go ahead, ask.
খুব একটি আনন্দঘন মুহূর্ত দেখতে পাচ্ছেন। ইসরোর প্রধান স্টুডেন্টদের সঙ্গে সরাসরি কথা বলছেন, কোশ্চেন নিচ্ছেন, অ্যান্সার দিচ্ছেন, একদম পাশে দাঁড়িয়ে। সে দৃশ্যটা গুয়াহাটির সায়েন্স ফেস্টিভ্যালে
Okay, you are asking about the sound of Om in
এই অনুষ্ঠানে
space.
উপস্থিত হতে পেরেছি।
This is some article I have read about this article. How if you listen to the sound of the universe, you can hear Om, right? Okay. In fact, sound, there is nothing called sound in space, because sound is an effect of pressure fluctuation when it travels through a medium. Either an air or material is needed for it to travel through a medium to have sound. But when you look at an electromagnetic pulse and then convert it to sound, you can generate a sound, synthetic sound, not a real sound. Any electromagnetic pulse, anything that you can make it mechanism that which converts into
তো দেখতে পাচ্ছেন ইসরোর প্রধান এখানে স্টুডেন্টদের সঙ্গে ইন্টারাক্ট করছেন।
somebody of that nature, of that picking that electromagnetic noise of the background noise of the universe, pass through some audio making mechanism and create an Om, possibly. That much only I can tell about it. But then, if that is the truth, then I am really happy about it, because Om is a very fundamental sound, is it not? Yeah. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah, मैं जाऊँगा पीछे. All of us should sit down, then only it is possible. Okay? Otherwise I will stand here only, I will not come there. If you sit down.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, PhD is necessary for become a scientist.
PhD is a very good thing to become a scientist, but if you do not have PhD also, you can join a good research institution and take PhD there. For example, suppose you are a graduate, a physics graduate or a MSc graduate, you can join a very good research institution. They will allow you to go for higher studies. They will allow you to register for PhD and become a scientist. I was not a PhD holder when I joined ISRO. I joined with a graduation. I took post-graduation after joining ISRO. Then I went registered for PhD after joining ISRO. So I am today a doctor, PhD holder. And I took PhD only last year. How many years later? So you can take a PhD whenever you want. Okay?
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, how we start research in space?
No, that's okay. I think we will not go into historical aspect of it. We'll go to some exciting questions.
So,
Yeah.
so myself Kritika Shah from Tripura. My question is, International Space Station is no more with us. Means after some years, after
By 2030 only they will dispose it
so,
of.
what is the unique things India put in Bharatiya Antariksh Mission and station which make it unique than International Space Station? What are the new things?
See, International Space Station is a very old station. It started building during 2000. It's already many years old. And many nations have contributed. Almost 20 nations have contributed to build International Space Station. Today it's a very huge one. Almost 120 meters long, 140 meters wide. And maintaining the station is very difficult because many things have become old. Electronics has become old, technology has become old. So it's right time for it to be replaced. So that's why they are looking at it. Second is it is very costly to maintain. It needs at least 5 to 10 people on a regular basis to maintain it, run it. And every year you have to pay for it. There's a lot of money we have to pay. So people are looking at how we can make it low cost.
You move from
easy to
here, he will
maintain,
come to back.
and most modern. So that's why we need to discard the old station and put a new station. So when you design International Space Station for us, we'll look at all of that. Okay? Thank you, thank you.
Namaste, sir. मेरा नाम
Now, possibly you are read about it? Okay. Iron thrusters are nothing but thrusters which will use solar power, the power of sun, to produce thrust in the rocket. So we use a gas called argon, krypton, iodine, or even other metallic materials to generate thrust. So you use that energy, electric energy, and generate plasma out of it. You know plasma? Plasma is the fourth state of matter. Okay. So the fourth state of matter, when you convert metal materials to the fourth state of matter, the thrust is very, very small, but its energy is very high. So you get something called higher efficiency. The efficiency of such a thruster is almost 10 times of the regular chemical thrusters. So ISRO has made an innovative way to become. I will not tell you the secret. And if you tell you secret, then everybody in ISRO is waiting